Yo guys, BMO here, and I have an OU match for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, but yeah, I'm using the rain team, and let's just get into the game. So I'm going to be leading off with my Tornadus, as my opponent is going to be leading off with Zutini, and I know the Bull Strike is coming, so I'm going to switch out into my Gastrodon, and you just go straight for the Bull Strike. And yeah, so here I'm going to go for the Toxic, expecting him to switch, and he actually does switch into the Ninetales, and I'll be able to get the poison on it. And yeah, so here I expected the grass type move, so I'm going to switch to my Politoed just to take it because it's really bulky. And he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so now I'm going to go for the I'm going to switch into my Celebi, expecting him to expect me to go for a water type move. And I know he's going to send in his Gastrodon, so I'm going to send my Celebi to scare him out. And now I'm going to go, now I know that he's going to switch out into his Ninetales again. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn and switch back into my Politoed. And yeah. So here I know he's probably going to switch out into his Dragonite to set up some Dragon Dances, because Politoed cannot really touch Dragonite, especially that I'm the bulky variant and not the choice text one. So here I'm going to switch into my Tornadus, expecting his Dragonite switch in, as he actually does get switched into his Dragonite. And I am running the Prankster set, so I'm going to go for the Taunt to stop him from going for the Dragon Dance. And here I'm going to go for the Hurricane just to break his multi-scale, but he switched out to his Ninetales, and luckily for me the Hurricane still hits, and yeah, that's really good. So here I'm going to go for the Rain Dance, which was not a really good play on my part, because yeah, I should have just went for the Taunt, and he's going to go for the Pain Split, which is a really good move on his part, because he's going to get his Ninetales back up pretty high, but it doesn't do really much to Tornadus anyway. So here I have the Rain up, so I know he's probably going to switch into something, but a Hurricane will do a decent amount of damage to anything on his team, as he sends in his Donphan, and I'm guessing he realized that I do not have any Pokemon that can set up rocks, and that is actually true. But yeah, so I know the Archard is coming, and it doesn't really matter. Donphans are usually defensive, not offensive, so that's not going to do a lot. It actually does not, and I'm going to take him out with the Hurricane. So here I know he's going to send in his Ninetales again, probably to get the weather back up. And I'm going to go for the Taunt, because I know that the Rain Dance is obvious, as he actually ends up trying to go for the Roar. But yeah, so now I'm going to go for the Rain Dance just to scare him out, and he just switches out into his Dragonite. And I'm going to set up my Rain, and here I was debating whether to go for the Hurricane or the Taunt, but I did not want to risk him going for a Dragon Dance, so I'm going to go straight for the Taunt, as he actually just ends up going for the Dragon Claw, and that's going to take my Tornadus out. So here I'm going to send in my Celebi, because I do carry the Thunder Wave, and I wanted to paralyze this thing, but he actually sends in his Victini, and I paralyzed that. Doesn't really matter, at least I paralyzed something. So here I'm going to go for the U-turn and get a useless crit, because that did nothing at all. Switch into my Gastrodon as he goes for his own U-turn, and that does a lot of damage, considering that I am defensive. But yeah, and here he's going to send in his Dragonite, and I know he's probably going to try to set up the Dragon Dances, so and I can't touch him because I do not have the Ice Beam, so I'm going to try to Toxic Stall him until he dies. And here are the Rain stops, and I did not notice that, and we'll see why that comes into play later on. But yeah, he's going to go for one more Dragon Dance, and I'm going to go for these calls here to weaken him a little bit, and hopefully just speed up the Toxic Stalling. And he's just going to go for the Dragon Claw and knock me out next turn. And I thought I could take 2 Dragon Claws, so I'm going to go for the Recover. But judging by how much damage this one did, there's no way I'm going to live another one. So yeah, that was really disappointing. I should have just went for this call, but then again, if I did manage to live 2 Dragon Claws, that would have been way more beneficial. But yeah, so the Toxic damage is trying to rack up, and he's just going to go for the Dragon Claw and knock out my Gastrodon. So I didn't get worried at this point, because I do have my Celebi. It's really defensive. And I thought the Rain was up, and I know they do carry, Dragonites do carry the Fire Punch, but I thought since I'm under Rain, I could easily take one. But no, he does a lot of damage. I barely managed to live as I go for the Recover, and I just noted that the Rain was not up, which was really stupid on my part. I should have been paying more attention. But yeah, so here I decide to fodder off my Politoed instead of my Celebi, and I'm gonna get in my Politoed. I don't care about the Weather War anymore, and he's gonna go for the Dragon Claw, which was a good play on his part. And that's gonna fail to knock me out, but it doesn't really matter. He can just send in Terrakion and revenge kill me, and he's just gonna die to poison damage. So this turn, he's actually gonna send in his Terrakion, and he's gonna go for the X Scissor, probably expecting me to switch, but it doesn't really matter because my Keldeo is really weak, so it's gonna die to that. And I'm gonna send in my Keldeo and go for the Secret Sword, as he sends in his Ninetales to get his Sun back up, and I'm gonna be able to knock that Ninetales with the Secret Sword. So nothing on his team really benefits from the Sun except for the Victini. I think that's the only Pokemon that actually does benefit from the Sun in his entire team. Gonna send in my Celebi just basically as death fodder, because I need to switch into the Latias to knock him out with the Draco Meteor. And he's gonna go for the Sun boosted V-Create and knock out my Celebi. I send in my Latias, and I'm gonna go for the Draco Meteor and knock him out. So now he has his Gastrodon left and his Terrakion, and I'm worried more about this Gastrodon because it can take a lot of hits from my team and just Toxic Solace. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna switch into my Keldeo just to get rid of those Tad drops from Latias, and hopefully just try to take him out with the Latias. So he's gonna go for the Earth Power, expecting me to switch, and here I'm gonna switch back into Latias as he goes for the Earth Power. I don't know why, but yeah. So I'm gonna go for the Psyshock here just to scout how much damage that's gonna do. And he's gonna go for the Ice Beam, and that does way more than I thought, but not enough to take me out. And I know that the switch into Keldeo is extremely obvious, so I'm gonna go for the Roost, expecting him to go for a Recover, and he actually does end up going for the Recover. And here I ran some damage calcs, and a combination of Psyshock and Draco Meteor can potentially knock him out, so I'm gonna go for the Psyshock, and that does more damage than it did last time as he goes for the the Toxic, and poisons me, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And here I'm gonna go for the Draco Meteor, and hopefully that will knock him out, and it actually ends up knocking him out. And I honestly thought it was not gonna, but yeah, I guess I got lucky or something. So here he's gonna send in his Terrakion, and it's pretty much good game from this point. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll try to upload more battles from now on, but they'll probably be Showdown because the Wi-Fi Battle Finder is down. So yeah, and I'll see you guys next time.